Tragic news for Afghan nationals attempting to leave Afghanistan. A spokesman for the Taliban announced today that Afghans will no longer be allowed to travel to Kabul International Airport, essentially cutting off the only means of escape for thousands of America's allies and their families. So, what's next for Afghanistan's special immigration visa holders? Joining me now is a former Afghan interpreter and advocate for SIV recipients, Ahmadullah Siddiqui. Ahmadullah, thanks for being with us.
It's a pleasure, sir.
First, what are you hearing from your friends, colleagues, people you know on the ground right now in Kabul and around Afghanistan? Are they actively being prevented by the Taliban from getting to the airport? What is the situation on the ground?
Well, you all know that Afghanistan is one of the countries, the only country on the planet with no president, no prisoners, and you don't know who is who. And even you are being killed even for some amount of dollars or money anywhere. But yes, hundreds of our citizens, our green card holders, and our allies have been waiting outside the airport for days and hours to be in, even though they have their all documentations ready, but they are not able to get in. So I don't know why it's going on. The French and the other British coalition forces, they can go out and get their allies in, but why we can't? As one of the powerful country we are, as there's no doubt in it, I don't know why we can't go in and get our allies out.
The Taliban, of course, is publicly denying that they are targeting Afghans, including interpreters who helped American military forces during the war. Have you heard stories firsthand, or rather people that have dealt with this firsthand have told you things that make it clear the Taliban is lying?
Well, even in 1996, they were, they said the same thing. They were one of the best people on the planet, but you all watched, we have witnessed that they never changed. They are the same people. So we have heard a lot. Even a few days back, they killed 2 of our interpreters. They go door to door and kill our allies and torture them.
How do they know? Well, I mean, how are they figuring out who worked with the Americans? Is it just by reputation? They essentially go around and ask people if someone did that. I mean, how are they tracking down who did help Americans fight against them in previous years?
Well, they have people. They have insiders and they ask people. They are watching. They are not the Taliban of like 20 years back. They are people who are already been equipped with technologies. They know. Their mentality never changes, but they're well educated with all the technologies and everything else. They know everything. They go behind you and never leave you.
So have any SIV recipients been able to flee to neighboring countries in considerable numbers? Is that an option for those who can't get through at the airport?
So first of all, you cannot. There are no commercial flights. But if you were one of those people who received any letter or any call from the embassy, you were being evacuated to one of the U.S. territories.
But I mean, what about neighbor? Is there any way to get out that doesn't involve flying out? Or are people able to try to get across to, say, Iran or Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, any of these places? Is that possible?
So it's not like early years that there were borders open. 1990s when the Civil War and the other wars, so the borders were open. But right now, all the borders are closed. You cannot go anywhere unless you stay and die.
Are you aware of any contingency plans to evacuate SIV recipients, given the increase in government focus and Biden administration, the White House looking at this a lot more now? Are they trying to do things in a way that's better, that's likely to ramp up the amount of SIV recipients who are supposed to get out? I mean, essentially, do they have a plan for this?
Well, this could have, done already. The administration could have done this like years back. We have had this program for years now. But imagine this: we left the country without, letting everybody. We left the country, and we didn't bring our allies home. Now if we look at the expenses, and these people in our forces go back all the way while the country is being controlled by somebody else. And imagine this. I couldn't understand. They could have done it years back. So now we asked the president, please send experts and extend the 31st August is nothing. It's a short period of time, and we have thousands of allies living in there. And if you don't bring them in, they already feel some sort of betrayal.